Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into something that affects literally every single one of us, the workplace. But we aren't just talking about getting a new glowing monitor on your desk. We're going to unpack how information technology is radically altering where we work, how we work, and honestly, who actually does the work. It's this massive ripple effect that's changed the professional landscape in the blink of an eye, and understanding it is absolutely crucial for navigating the modern world. All right, let's quickly map out our agenda for today. First up, the magic wand myth. Then, transforming how we work. Third, the global village. Fourth, what is outsourcing? And finally, careers in IT. Let's jump right into section 1, the magic wand myth, where we weigh the true costs. So, let's kick things off with a bit of a corporate reality check. When companies decide to modernize, there's a very common trap they fall into. The truth is, simply deciding to computerize an office or a factory floor doesn't guarantee things will actually improve. You can't just buy a bunch of laptops, hand them out, and expect your profits to skyrocket overnight. Without proper planning and a really solid grasp of how the tech solves a specific problem, businesses end up wasting massive amounts of money on systems that just don't work the way they hoped. IT is not a magic wand. At the heart of all this is a massive financial trade-off. It's kind of like a giant seesaw. On one end, you have massive capital costs. You've got to invest heavily upfront to buy the hardware, the software, or fund custom development. But on the other end of the scale is efficiency. That huge upfront sting is supposed to result in much higher productivity, lower daily running costs, and eventually a much greater profit and return on your investment. And this trade-off absolutely carries a human cost too. A big reason companies automate is to reduce their headcount, to save money, and cut down on human error. But look at the flip side of that coin. The employees you do keep around, well, they're going to demand much higher salaries. Why? Because now they need significantly higher skill levels and ongoing extensive training. So you end up with fewer people, but they are incredibly specialized and much more expensive to keep. Moving on to section 2, transforming how we work, focusing on the automation revolution. Let's see how those massive IT investments actually translate into the daily tools that are revolutionizing our jobs. A major driver here is digital process management. This is literally the backbone of office automation. Imagine a completely invisible workflow where routine tasks happen all by themselves. Things like automatically catching an incoming fax, instantly converting it into a digital PDF, and routing it directly to the exact right department. All of that happens without a single human lifting a finger, just running quietly in the background based on a preset schedule of rules. But hey, automation isn't just invisible digital files, right? It gets very physical too. Enter robotics. This is where machines take on physical tasks under strict computer control. And this is a total game changer when the work environment is either highly repetitive or, frankly, super dangerous. Think about a nuclear facility with lethal levels of radiation. Instead of sending a person in, robotics allows technicians to safely inspect the area via remote control without ever putting a human body in harm's way. Taking things a massive step further, we've got artificial intelligence. This is where IT can actually make limited, calculated decisions within a given set of rules. A perfect example of this in the real world is Google's self-driving car. Because modern sensors are now so small and affordable, the car's computer can gather an unbelievable amount of real-time data from its surroundings, allowing the AI to make incredibly complex, split-second decisions on the open road. It is wild how this level of technology has completely transformed totally unrelated fields. Just think about it. Surgeons are now performing incredibly delicate operations remotely through tiny incisions using robotic arms, which massively reduces patient trauma. Musicians, they don't even need expensive studios anymore. They're recording commercial, globally distributed albums right in their garages using just their iPads. And jewelers are putting down the old hand tools and using laser cutters and 3D printers to rapidly prototype these beautifully intricate designs. And the ripple effect just keeps going. Filmmakers used to be tied down to physical film, chemicals, and literally cutting tape with scissors. Now they're capturing high-resolution 4K video and editing it with sound and graphics teams scattered anywhere in the world. Writers are abandoning traditional word processors for powerful structuring software like Scrivener. And even accountants, they aren't just tracking money anymore. They're using complex IT tools to instantly model financial what-if scenarios to basically predict a business's future. Which brings us to Section 3, the global village, or as some call it, the death of the physical office. Since so much work is incredibly digital and location independent now, the traditional physical office space is effectively disappearing. The core concept here is telecommuting. This means using modern tech to work from basically anywhere, only physically checking in at an office when it's absolutely necessary. But here is the big takeaway, and why this really matters to you. Because telecommuting removes the barrier of physical distance, it means when you apply for a job, you aren't just competing with people in your own city anymore. You're eventually going to be competing with skilled professionals from all around the globe. This idea of a mobile office is so completely mainstream now that it's literally embedded in our pop culture. For example, the famous author Michael Connelly created an entire wildly successful novel series, starting with The Lincoln Liar, about a guy whose sole workspace is literally the back seat of his chauffeur-driven Lincoln Town Car. Technology has made carrying your entire office in a single shoulder bag a total reality. But, okay, what if a backseat isn't your vibe? What if you still need a professional physical address for client meetings or receiving packages, but you just can't afford the massive corporate overhead? Well, the solution is renting a virtual office. You get a prestigious physical address, a real receptionist, and a slick meeting room, but you share it with dozens of other professionals who also only pop in exactly when they need to. To the outside world, it looks like you have a massive corporate headquarters, but you're getting it at a fraction of the cost. Let's shift gears to Section 4. What is outsourcing? Let's dive into the smartphone scenario. So if individuals can work from anywhere and have this huge global footprint, what does that mean for massive global corporations? To understand this, let's play a little game. Put yourself in the shoes of a CEO who is running the world's biggest smartphone manufacturer. You've got offices in dozens of countries, you need a colossal IT infrastructure just to connect your factories, your vendors, and your executives. And on top of all that, you need a 24-hour global customer call center. So here's your dilemma. You are absolutely brilliant at making phones, but running a call center or maintaining server racks, not your core specialty. So what do? You identify those non-specialty functions and you hire foreign specialist firms to manage them for you. You pay a company in India to handle your customer service. So when a customer in the US dials your local toll-free number, the technology just seamlessly redirects that call straight across the globe to India. And that, right there, is outsourcing in a nutshell. It's getting other specialist businesses to step in and run the important but non-specialty parts of your company. This radically shifts global employment practices because ultimately it means your massive corporate brand directly employs and manages far fewer actual staff members than it appears to the public. Finally, we reach Section 5, Careers in IT, the Architects of Tomorrow. So, with all this automation and global outsourcing, who exactly is keeping the lights on? Who are the people actually designing, building, and maintaining this vast digital ecosystem? Well, these roles are highly structured and they rely deeply on teamwork. Look at how they connect. Systems analysts are basically the bridge to the real world. They talk to users, figure out exactly what they need, and write up the specifications. Then they hand those specs over to the programmers, who sit down and write the actual software code, often working on separate puzzle pieces that have to integrate perfectly later. And overseeing where all the software lives is the network administrator, who manages user accounts, handles backups, and keeps the whole system locked down securely with firewalls. But it takes a village. The industry also depends heavily on a wider array of specialists. You need PC technicians to actually get in there and assemble, upgrade, and repair the physical hardware. You need graphic designers to make sure the visual interfaces of those programs are intuitive and that the physical packaging looks incredible. And absolutely crucially, as our data becomes more and more valuable, you need security consultants whose entire existence revolves around analyzing risks, testing for vulnerabilities, and stopping malicious hackers in their tracks. We've covered a lot of ground today. We've seen how IT isn't just a magic wand, how it demands higher skills, how it's literally automating everything from delicate surgery to accounting spreadsheets, and how it's completely erased physical borders to create this global outsourced job market. So, knowing all of this, and knowing that you are stepping into this highly competitive, automated, borderless world, we want to leave you with one final critical question. As the global village continues to expand at lightning speed, how will IT redefine your future career? Thanks for joining us for this explainer. Keep learning, and we'll catch you next time.